Hello, and welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. Last episode, we were going through a refit, basically, of our destroyers there, trying to get them up to stuff in terms of the engines to keep them from becoming obsolete and thus greatly limiting their usefulness. I think destroyers are probably one of probably one of those units that when it becomes obsolete, it gets hurt worse than anything else because they already have a short range, like very little fuel, and add obsolete on top of it, and it becomes pretty nasty. So we're working on that. We're also rebuilding our enterprises. We'll probably get rid of the enterprises at some point, but it won't hurt to get the engines out of being obsolete at least until the rest of the Americas can be completed there. Anywho, let's press this button here and see what we get. There we go. Get some economic recovery after the war. Not too shabby. Increased our budget just a little bit, just a hair. It's nothing to sneeze at back in the old days. In these modern days, when we're so hungry for budget, it's not as much as you think it is. All right, let's do a few more Ericssons. Rebuild them. Why not? Anyhow, we could get some prestige and some tension here. I think I'm going to go for it because we'll get budget as well. Unfortunately, I have a feeling France is going to jump up. There it went. But hopefully, we've still got maybe one or two more rounds of tensions going down due to the recent war. Maybe we'll get lucky. But at least this gives us enough money for the moment to work on another set of Ericssons, and we're just about done with them now. Rebuild. Yep, just about done with those. We can start working on some other things. All right, Germany tensions are going to go up. Oh no, please don't tell me we're going to be at war with Germany again. Hey, our Yorktown, is that the new America class? It's faster than its design speed. There it is. Let's send out some of our old ships, give up some prestige in order to get money, money, money. All right, tensions. Meh. Meh. Okay, so let's do these Ericssons, the last of the Ericssons, rebuild them. There we go. And then we want to do some Miamis. So let's go ahead and see what we can do as far as rebuilding these things. First of all, we want to replace the machinery. Now the guns, we can probably get rid of some of the guns in order to make room for it's already packing medium SAMs, which is pretty good. So this isn't really meant to be a what if we delete the heavies? So this isn't meant to be a missile boat like a heavy or an SSM boat. It's meant to be a increased tubes, an AA boat. So that's pretty cool. So can we squeeze one more tube on there? Cannot have more than that. So we trade out our um, surface-to-surface missiles for another medium SAM launcher. And what that'll also let us do is swap over to CIWS and tack a couple of those on there. And that hopefully will further increase its anti-air qualities. Is that allowed? Okay, hang on. We can also go over to the helipad, and now we can have helicopters. We'll have to get rid of a medium SAM mount for that to work. There we go. So now we've got a helipad hangar, helicopter hangar, and a helipad with 2 helicopters. That's the upgrade. The Miamis, they're built in 1957, so they get one more lease on life here. One more little upgrade. They might make it to 1990. Who knows? Not too likely. I'm probably going to replace them with like a good anti-air cruiser. Oh, hang on. All right. So we need to design this auto add aircraft. All right. Well, we need to change the role over to special. Okay. Change number to like 17. There you go. There you go. So it tells you what you need. Change number back up to 20. And then we get 3 more aircraft to assign. Let's do one, what the heck? 25? Why won't it let me do more than 20? It's kind of weird. Well, we'll just make them all 20. And we'll add a new heavy jet fighter squadron. And of course, they'll be night capable. And then we need to go through the specials can't be night capable, but everything else can. Wish there was a better way to manage these aircraft squadrons. Okay, we're gonna copy the air group and paste it. And we don't need an air station in Miami, so we're gonna get rid of the air station in Miami because I'm just now noticing it. And alrighty. Yeah, farewell. We're gonna scrap it. It's only had a few patrol craft anyhow. Alright, we may as well do the rest of the Miamis while we're at it here. Rebuild. We're going to put some San Juans on Foreign Station. Actually, we'll put the Americas on Foreign Station, weird as it sounds. Let's put them in Carrier Division 6. We'll put both of them on Foreign Station. And then we can put one San Juan on Foreign Station. And then we can just bring those back home when the Miamis are finished. Okie dokie. Well, we can't actually risk the tensions this time. We're going to give up a prestige here. Let's see. No tension changes as far as I can see there. It's unfortunate. Germany and Russia are buddies. I don't know. Let's negotiate an agreement with Germany. Let's negotiate an agreement with Japan, actually. There we go. We'll be buddies with Japan. Uh-oh. There go the tensions. I think that's because we befriended Japan. That made other people angry or jealous. I don't know what's going on there, but this would be a horrible time to go to war. I can tell you that. This would be a horrible, horrible time to go to war. All right, there we go. Germany goes down, Britain goes down, France goes down, but France goes up. And then our ally Japan goes up because we got different governments. Who's Japan? Who's France allied with? Nobody. They are very bold. In Germany, they still only have one aircraft carrier, and they're not building any more. So what exactly are they building over there? They're building a bunch of destroyers and some light cruisers. Kind of weird. Okay. Well then, we've got a bunch of destroyers that'll be finished here in just a minute. Submarines. We're going to build 12 more missile subs. Oops. And 12 more missile subs. We like having the option to just kind of snap our fingers and end a war if we really wanted to. Here's a new British aircraft carrier, the Audacious class. 59 aircraft. Wow. Going for just a little aircraft carrier. Here's the new helicopters. The speed, that's actually a moderate increase. The range, it goes up a little bit. And they can carry a light surface-to-air missile, air-to-surface, well, whatever. We'll go for, I guess, the one with the best range here. It has some of the worst stats, but we'll take it. All right, tensions. Okay. Oh, please give us like 6 months before another war breaks out. Let's not risk sensitive technology getting out there. Germany and France is going up. Maybe France will have a few other problems than us to worry about here soon. All right, these Ericssons will be done in 3 months. The Enterprise refits will be done here in just a few months. That's if I get the Enterprise refits finished, I'll be less concerned about a war. Still very poor timing. Let's see here. Tension. It's going up and down and up and down. I wonder if France is still like fascist. They're communist. Interesting. Alrighty. So we have a lot of tonnage now. Let's make use of a little bit of it, and let's design our final class of air defense cruisers. These are going to be probably pretty decently expensive. All right, let's crank it up to 10,000 as a baseline. We're going to bring the speed down to 30 because we want it to stay even with the fleet there. We're going to take the armor off of it. Aluminum superstructure, that is allowed. It's spacious, it's medium range. It's not going to have many guns on it, so let's strip off. We're going to give it like a 6-inch gun though. There you go. With like 250 rounds. And then we're going to give it a CIWS. Is 8 too many? It is. 6 is the recommended maximum. And then it has a helipad. It's got a hangar. Now it already has a SAM built into it. Let's delete the medium SSM because that's not what we're doing here. And add in a light SAM. Actually, what if we do a heavy SAM? What does that do? We'll do forward superimposed on that. Or forward centerline. It's heavy. Like it takes up a lot of topside, but we can actually do it. Let's give them some reloads. So like 30 reloads. 30 reloads. Hey, we can actually do this. We have to figure out a way to spend a bunch of weight or displacement, or we can actually bring the displacement down on it, I guess. Yeah, we'll have to strip off like a couple of Seawiz to make it work. But this will be our air defense light cruiser, I suppose. I mean, we can, if we really wanted to, we could actually just put some armor on it. So what if I put some belts? So like 3 inches of belt. So hang on, how does this affect the cost? So we are currently at 57,000, basically 58,000. So 58,000 turns into 58,000 turns into 63,000. So we added 5,000 onto the cost essentially. And then we can boost the speed, take up the extra displacement. There we go. About another 7,000 to build these. They'll have some armor on them. What about torpedo defense? There you go. We can do 1. We can take the speed back down to 30 and put 2 torpedo defense. And maybe lower the displacement by a couple of notches, 9,700. And then we can put another Seawiz back on. Or we can put both of them back on. It's got to be 10,000 tons to operate the Heavy SAM. Well, this little bit extra, well, 200 tons extra remaining won't hurt anything. What if we go with 35 reloads? Hey, there we go. That uses up quite a bit of it. So the reason I wanted to do heavy SAMs instead of light, I really like light SAMs, but at the same time, I saw somewhere that heavy SAMs can disrupt like an incoming attack before they can actually launch anything. So we went up by about 7,000 or so each on these. But I think we gained having a little bit of armor doesn't hurt. It's not gonna like save you, but like if there's a near miss or something, you'll probably take less damage on it. And we had to be at 10,000 tons to operate our heavy SAMs. So we're gonna go with pick a name, the New Haven, Chattanooga. Our little Chattanooga. Have we used that one? I feel like we've used it already. How about the Atlanta? The Atlanta class was, I think, historically maybe it was the Cleveland, but like the Atlanta, I think had formidable air defenses. So we'll do that. We'll save and finish it, and we're going to start building like 4 of those at a time, no problem. And that's before we finish up the rest of this stuff. I wouldn't mind having one for one of these with our carriers. Tensions. Tension with France is reduced. Hey, Britain goes up, and Germany goes down because they know we can beat them. Well, at least they're using some common sense this time. All right, air groups. Looks like we didn't. Okay, we didn't actually finish any new carriers. We just finished working up, or finished rebuilding. So let's build 2 more America class. And press the button. Tensions. Uh-oh. Everything goes down, France goes back up. Well, at least we're done refitting the Enterprise class. That is the Enterprise class. Yeah, we're done refitting those. Check our air groups. Yeah, we still have excellent air groups on those. So even though they're working up, if France really wants to pick a fight, they can, but we can make them pay for it. Okay, we are in a situation here where we have way more stuff we want to build than we have actual shipyard capacity. Yeah, right now we only have 17,000 tons that are free versus these 10,000 ton cruisers. It was like 40,000 before I started building the submarines. Ooh, okay. We're actually going to take this. I know it hurts our prestige and our budget, but we might be able to get out of the danger zone with France here. And it wouldn't actually hurt to cut our budget just a tiny bit here. Hey, cool. Alrighty. So we will work on our dock size a little bit. Maybe I should have been doing that from a few years ago, but I didn't expect. Well, I don't know. These Americas are just really big, and we're building we're building 8 of them at a time. So you know that's a thing. Okay. Now that those are done, perfect timing. Sell to anyone who wants to buy. Tension will go back up with France. Watch this. Like there's 4 to choose from, and it'll pick France for sure. Tension with. Yep, there it went. Okay. So let's build these Atlantas. There's 2,000 each. We build about 9, so let's build 10. Nope. Well, actually, it's actually not too bad. We'll do that because we got all these rebuilds being finished. Our balance will be cool in just a minute here. Air groups. Copy. And okay, is that all of the? There's one more America on a delay here, so I'm gonna wait until it's finished before I assign the others to divisions anyhow, or before I assign them because they're working up anyhow. So kind of weird that this one here is 30 knots and the other ones are 31. Of course, I would only want to really operate them at 31 anyway, but oh no. Tension, please don't go to war with France right now. There's a couple of things I want to work on. Okay, at least it didn't go up any higher. It's already in the danger zone, but didn't go up any higher. Because I don't want to go to war right now, because we're about 25 minutes into the episode, and I have a feeling that if I press this button very much more, we're going to end up in a war, and I'm not going to have enough time to fight it without this being an hour-long episode again. So unfortunately, I think I might have to just call it here. Let's take a look around before I do, though. Take a look at our submarines. We're building like 36 submarines right now. They're still a year out. Yep, they're still a year out. Take a look down here. 36 submarines. And these will be like top of the line submarines too. We'll have 96 when those are all finished, which is, actually it's exactly even. That'd be exactly even with Germany. And it's pretty even with like Russia and Spain and Austria. But these will be like top of the line, 135 reliability. So I'm looking forward to that. The This other America will be done in just a couple of months. This Miami will be done refitting in a month. Let's throw these Miamis into foreign station. Let's bring this one back into active fleets and move it to the East Coast. We're going to grab our two Americas and put those on active fleet. And we're going to move to the East Coast. Yeah, I just ordered that one to the East Coast. So these two Americas might actually, let's check their air groups. The America and the Yorktown. Eh, if they get up to like fair, if they can all get to fair experience during this war, then we'll deploy them. And if not, then we'll not worry too much about it. We'll keep them close to home. We'll keep them somewhere like the Caribbean, somewhere they can feel useful. Just you know, get some use out of them, even though they won't be directly in the war. Although there could be some fighting down in the Caribbean. But that's going to be it for this one, because again, if we go to war with France, it's going to be a battle. They have two battle cruisers, which I hate. They have 6 carriers, which is pretty respectable. 16 light carriers, which is annoying. And then an assortment of other ships we have to deal with. So it would be a real battle. So we're going to go ahead and save. We'll make our backup for next time, just in case I forget to do so. And we're going to call it right there. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate everybody who leaves comments for me. It always makes me so happy to see my regular commenters, even though I'm not doing that great of a job. I know I'm annoying the heck out of some of yous. Appreciate the fact that you stick around as much as you do. And that's it. I'll see you next time, and sail safe out there.